I swear, by thee I forswear.
Oh, it's not marvelous.
Now beat it!
TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast.
Hello and happy whatever day it is that you're listening to this. It's the TalkManRadio Week 3 pregame, and we're going to get into some good stuff today. And we are also going to, I know it's not Christmas, but I think I got a few presents for you. So here we go. So we're going to get into the games first. We're going to start with, we're just doing the games and the picks and who I, and a fantasy guy, I think, in each game. We're not getting into the bets. Keep it in your pants for now. We're not doing betting yet. I'll get to you, you degenerates. But for now, we're just going to pick the games, and we're going to do the fantasy guy. So we're going to start off with Baltimore at Jacksonville. When they're not really in Jacksonville. They're in freaking London. But it is pretty cool, though. It has its own little charm that you wake up in the morning, you're wiping the crap out of your eyes, and you turn on TVs, and you see guys getting 4-yard gains. That's awesome. So, Baltimore at Jacksonville. This is kind of easy. I'm taking Baltimore. And last week I gave you both running backs. I'm going to single it out now. We're going to go with Javorius Allen or Buck Allen as I call him. Yeah, we're cool like that. So, we're going with Baltimore. We're going to go with Buck Allen as the fantasy pick. All right, next game on the list is Miami at the Jets. Don't laugh. I'm taking the Jets. It's a division game. I just don't like Cutler, and I'm going to go against him every week. But I think this is a shot for them to win. I don't think Miami's that great. They got Cutler. He can throw the ball up to anybody. The defense isn't bad. They can just get a little bit of offense going. I like the Jets at home, and I know they stink. And I'm going to go with Jermaine Kearse. He's the fantasy guy, and the Jets are going to win. All right, the next game is Cleveland at Indy. That's a real shit game, but it could be a high-scoring game because we saw what two crappy teams can do to each other when they play. Just, if you forgot, go right back to Thursday night. What was that, 41-39?
That just happened.
Come on. And we'll get to more fantasy aspects of that game. Ugh. So, Cleveland at Indy. Cleveland's 1.5 point favorite in this game. Ugh. Cleveland should be 1.5 point favorite in any game. That's why I'm saying, I think Indy's going to win the game because they made Cleveland the favorite. That's why. So I like Indy. In terms of the team, I don't know. I'm going to go with Njoku, the tight end. We're going to go with that. It's kind of a, two shitty teams. You don't know what's going to happen. Just like that kid. The slot guy from San Fran had a pretty good game the other night. Little white guy. So it could be anybody. I'm going to go with Njoku because you have no idea what's going to happen in this game. It's going to be 800 to 802. Indy and Njoku. Next game is Pittsburgh at Chicago. We're obviously going with Pittsburgh, but I got a little secret I want to say. Okay, so everybody just be cool, all right? So our fantasy pick this week. Go and get him early. Go and get him like now. If you have an open spot, go and get him because he's coming. Pick up Mitch Trubisky and watch him this weekend. He's not going to have a huge impact on the game. He may, but you're going to see him, I think. I think this is the week you see him at home in front of the home crowd. If Pittsburgh goes up 21-3 or some shit, halftime, he's coming out. I think they've had enough of that. They see that they have some weapons on the offense, but the guy it's just not getting done. A change of quarterback. They draft him second overall. Get in there, kid. So that's what I think. Mitch Trubisky makes a splash this week, at least getting in the game, but Pittsburgh wins. All right, Denver at Buffalo. This is going to be a good one, I think, but I think it's going to be a little low scoring. Buffalo has a good defense, and so does Denver. So I think Denver's going to win. Yeah, I think Denver's going to win this game, but it's going to be close. This is going to be like last week, Denver beating up on Dallas. That was a different situation that I did call. So I think Denver's going to win. I think can't go with C.J. Anderson. Used him last week. Plus, I don't think he's going to have that great of a game. So we'll go with touchdown Demarius. Yay! Let's go with touchdown Demarius. Demarius Thomas, and Denver wins the game. All right, here we go. Houston at New England. Taking New England. I'm gonna give Brandon Cooks a try. I say he finally breaks out. Fucking finally, he better do this fucking shit. So this is a quick one. This is an easy one. It's New England and Brandon Cooks. New Orleans at Carolina, another division game. Carolina 2-0 going against 0-2 New Orleans in Carolina. I gotta take Carolina. The big player, the guy who's hey, look how good that guy did. I'm gonna go with. I've been going with too many guys who are like probably being started anyway, so I want to try and get somebody who hasn't been starting. New Orleans. Screw it. Calvin Benjamin. Tampa Bay at Minnesota. At least I know this week Bradford's not playing, so that helps. Outside coming inside, it's better. It's better to do inside going outside. That you have a definite advantage there. The outside team does when they're coming to you, but when you're going to them, it's not really a big deal. Minnesota is home though. We're gonna go with take Minnesota at home against Tampa Bay, and we'll go with let's go with Deshaun Jackson catches a bomb. They still lose though, so Minnesota and Deshaun Jackson. Atlanta, Detroit. This is another tough one. Detroit's at home. I'm going to take Atlanta, grudgingly take Atlanta. I kind of like Detroit a little bit at home. They're both dome teams. I think Atlanta's got a little more firepower. I'm just starting not to like that Sarkisian guy as the offensive coordinator. Where the fuck is Ryan? Where's he throwing his 400 yards and 3 touchdowns like last year? Now I got 2. I got 2 fucking touchdowns. Fucking guy threw that in a half last week. So we're gonna go with Atlanta, and I think Tevin Coleman gets a touchdown here. So Atlanta, Tevin Coleman, that's the plays for that game. Here's one. And I'm from the Philadelphia area. I don't live in Philly. I live in Jersey. But Giants at Philly. Everyone, and you'll hear even more about this later in the podcast, but everyone says Philly. Everyone. And I hate that. We're going to say Giants, just to be argumentative. We're going to say the Giants. And the player is going to be Brandon Marshall. Everybody's like, this guy stinks. He doesn't know. All of a sudden, he doesn't know how to play anymore. I've been seeing him dropped in leagues, which if I was in a bad spot with receivers and I had him, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here, too. But someone else's trash, someone else's treasure. Brandon Marshall. Pick him up if he's out there. I see him out there. Nobody wants him. And the Giants. I'm going with the Giants, being argumentative. All right, next we got Seattle at Tennessee. I like Tennessee in this game. I picked Decker last week. He fucked. I didn't go with Derrick Henry. But actually, I think DeMarco Murray is going to get his game going. But he's not really a deep sleeper. But that's what I'm sticking with anyway. So we're going to go with Tennessee and DeMarco Murray. Start him. If you want to get a little deeper, we'll go with Davis, the wide receiver from Tennessee. I think he catches a touchdown. How's that? How's that for deep sleeping on you? We'll find out after the game. Kansas City at the Chargers. Kansas City's only 3. Every division game ends 3 all the time. That's just the way it is. Every division game ends 3. That's why I'm not buying the Giants in Philly, and whatever they're saying in Kansas City about the Chargers, I'm not buying that either. I'm going to take the Chargers at home, giving Kansas City their first loss because they're divisions. People don't take that into account sometimes. And Kansas City's the favorite in that game too, so I don't like it. So I'm going to take the Chargers, and we're going to go with Brandon Oliver, being a little crazy back there with his shit. So we're going to take the Chargers in an upset, and Brandon Oliver is going to get 100 yards total offense. That includes if he gets any kickoffs too. But he's gonna put a little bit of an imprint on here. So, Brandon Oliver and the Chargers get their first win. And we got this one coming up. Cincinnati at Green Bay. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think they're just going to start going nuts out there. I took out Tyler Eifert from my league in my starting lineup. I'm thinking about putting him back if they get rid of that fucking Q. But Green Bay's going to win this game. I think maybe they start, Cincinnati at least starts, getting the ball to the people who can actually do something when they have the ball in their fucking hands. And Joe Mixon, that looks like a bad pick. He looks like a good player, but just the team around him, the offensive line, just meh. So we're gonna take Green Bay. The player's going to be AJ Green. I think this week they have a little bit of a shootout. 2 touchdowns, AJ Green. But Green Bay's gonna win the game because they got plenty of other guys catching 1 touchdown. So that's the play. Green Bay, AJ. Here's an interesting one. Oakland at Washington. But it's not a 1 o'clock game, so you can't really bring that thought process of West Coast coming to East Coast because that really only works at 1 o'clock because they're just waking up and they're all weird. It does have a little bit of a factor here, though, but not as much as 1 o'clock. I still think Oakland's going to win this game. The player's going to be... I hate picking guys who did something last week. It sounds like, oh, you just saw the guys from last week and you're putting them in. Jalen Richard, we're going to take him. Even though he's the backup. So, that's the fantasy player. You can fucking eat it. But Jalen Richard and Oakland wins the game. And this leads us to the Monday night game. Now, here's what I'm thinking here. Monday night game is Dallas at Arizona. I like Arizona. I think Denver showed something to everybody. Here's how you beat these fucking guys. Here's how you cut out all that shit with them running all day. You just get up on them. And Arizona can get up on you. They have the coach who runs a good offense. So I like Arizona. And we're going to go with... Who's that guy from Arizona? I see. I can't... Another one. I would say J.J. Nelson if he didn't have such a big game last year and everybody picked him up. Oh, no, you just saying A.J. Nelson because of the game last week. No, I do think he's going to actually have a good game, but fuck you. I'll give you another one. All right, let's go with... I don't want to go with Larry. How about Chris Johnson gets 60 yards rushing? Gives you 60 yards and a touchdown, Chris Johnson. How about that? Whew. That was a tough card to pick. That was a difficult one. But I picked them. I think I went 10-5 last week. We'll see what happens this week. None of them are actual bets. We'll get to them later. Don't worry, it's coming. But let's get into fantasy football first. Let's take a look at my teams. Ugh, that doesn't look good. But we'll see what happens. You got to play all the games. I do have Kareem Hunt. Yay, he's got 2 really good running backs, though. So, and Elliott's probably pissed about last week. So, ugh. All right, that's that team. Brandon Cooks got to start doing something, buddy. Calvin Benjamin, I think he'll have a good game. Steph Diggs, I picked up a guy. I went in for... I forget who I went in for. And I don't want to say because if somebody's listening to this and they go and they put in a better bid, they'll take him and I'll be stuck with this lineup. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, that's a tough team. So we'll see what happens. Comment on what you think. If you think I'm going to win, lose, by how much, get destroyed, whatever you want. But that's the first league. And here's the second league. Look at that shit. Fucking Sammy Watkins. That guy. And I have to go against Matt Ryan against him in my other league. I hate this shit. So that's the team I have. I like this team better. We are 2-0, so you gotta like them. But we're down 30 going into fucking Sunday. What the fuck? And I don't like Evan Ingram, but I had Tyler Eifert. He's not even fucking playing, I don't think. And plus, they're fucked. They're fucked over there. So, C.J. Anderson, we threw in there. We'll see what happens. This lineup could change, but that's probably as close as it's going to get. Plus, we're down fucking 30. Okay, that was the fantasy football part of the show. That's over. Now we're getting into everyone's favorite part of the show, TalkMan Radio.
Fucking degenerate, you.
Best bets of the week. We have our contributors back this week, and as usual, they give you 3 picks each. We have 2 contributors, the old man of the book, and I give one best bet. So far, I'm 2-0 because I only picked one game, and they're not doing as well. So, let's get into the old man's picks. The old man likes the Eagles as his number one bet. He's not a huge Eagles fan either. His number one bet, Eagles -5. That's his bet of the week. Number 2, he likes Washington, +3.5. He actually likes them outright. We disagree on that, but whatever. Home dog, Washington +3.5. And then he likes the chalk, New England -13. He thinks they're going to kill that team. He's probably right about that. So that's the old man's picks. Let's root him on. Hope he does better this week. And now we have the books picks. He's got a little theme going here. Week 3, he's going with the power of 3. 3 games, all getting all +3. So I thought that was cute. The Redskins are +3.5. He went a little crazy there. He need as many points as he can get, he'll take. So his best bet is Redskins +3.5, just like the old man. His second best bet is Arizona +3 at home. And his third best bet is Detroit +3 at home. All home dogs, all getting around 3. The power of 3 help out the book because he didn't do well last week. So those are the best bets from the contributors. And here comes TalkMan's best bet. This seems easy to me. I don't get it. I just don't get it. No one even thought about this. TalkMan's best bet of the week is Baltimore -3 in London against Jacksonville. I mean, that defense is gonna crush that guy. He had 21 passes last week. They won that first game, yay! And then everybody, we're taking all these Jacksonville guys. What are you, crazy? The team stinks. They stunk last year. One game does not make a team great. But TalkMan's best bet, Baltimore -3. So TalkMan was knocked out of the suicide pool in week 3. Mind you, week 3 hasn't even fucking started yet. We're knocked out because we didn't get the pick in on time. So TalkMan's out. So TalkMan's done with his suicide pool. What's the point? But you can comment me, and you can find me on Twitter and Facebook, and you can drop who you've used in your league. If you need a pick, ask TalkMan. TalkMan knows what he's talking about. That's why he's TalkMan. And I'll help you out and give you a pick. If you're really stumped, find me on Twitter and Facebook, and I'll take care of you. That's it. TalkManRadio Week 3 pregame is over. Good luck this week. Take all the information I've given you. Do whatever the fuck you want with it. It's from me to you. God bless. I'll see you in the wrap-up on Wednesday.
Hey, thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow TalkMan Radio on Facebook and Twitter, and kill that like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, everyone's team sucks but mine.